Hey guys, good morning to all. My name is Ritesh. Today the presentation is all about F1 car. Here is my certificate you can see here. Let's come to the next slide. Introduction. Most sophisticated vehicles used in the most technological advanced form of sports. Each and every minute details tuned to perfection. Each F1 team has the responsibility to come up with the most efficient design. Bringing the F1 car to a halt is an incredible challenge. F1 car driving demands precision, incredibly fast reflexes, and endurance from the driver. The chassis. Characteristics of the chassis: single seat cars, open cockpit, open wheels, wings at front and rear. Position of the engine is behind the driver. The cockpit. Cockpit is a very sparse environment. Driver has limited movement. Driver experiences G-force. Designers are forever trying to lower the center of gravity of the car. You can see here the images of cockpit. Let's move on to the next slide. Aerodynamics. Wing theory, rear wing, front wing, diffusers. Wing theory uses the same principle as an aircraft. Aircraft uses lift whereas F1 car uses downforce. Drag, another important factor on an F1 car. Rear wing, made up of two seats of aerofoil connected to each other by wing and plates. Top airfoil made up of a maximum of three elements. Lower airfoil made up of single element, and plates prevent the air from spilling over the sides of the wing. You can see here the image of the rear wing. Let's move on the next slide. Front wing. A symmetrical wing flap on either side of the nose cones. A symmetrical shape allows better airflow, increasing downforce. Inside edges of the front wing and plates curved. You can see here the image of front wing. Let's come to the next slide. Diffuser. Situated at the underside of the car behind the rear axle line. Consists of many tunnels and splitters to control airflow. Maximizes suction effect, thus increases downforce. Engine. 10 times horsepower of a normal road car is high. Operated operate at very high temperatures, limited to 3 liter, normally with 10 cylinders. Engines made from forged aluminum. Some components made from ceramics in order to reduce internal inertia of moving parts. Let's come to the next slide. Tires must be able to withstand very high stresses and temperatures. Tire filled with special nitrogen-rich, moisture-free gas. Tire made up of four ingredients: carbon blacks, polymers, oil, and cur- curatives. Three types of tires are used: dry tire, intermediate tire, wet tire. You can see here the images of these three tires type: dry tire, intermediate tire, wet tire. The suspensions. Two form of suspension: traditional coil spring setup, torsion bar setup. Both form are mounted on the chassis. Dampers, often called shock absorbers, main purpose is to prevent the spring from oscillating too much. These dampers can be tuned to alter the handling. The brakes. F1 car uses disc brakes designed to work at 750 degrees Celsius. Brakes are set up with 60% braking force to the front and 40 to the rear. Drivers are able to adjust the balance between front and rear braking force from a dial in the cockpit. Rotating discs are gripped by caliper squeezing the disc. Discs are drilled to airflow to keep temperatures down. Front and rear braking systems are connected separately. Steering wheel and pedals. A sophisticated steering wheel with all the information available on the front of the wheel. Items such as rev lights, speed limit button, fuel mixture controls, Radio buttons, etc. are provided. Levers for changing gear are located on the back of the wheel. Pedals are designed specially for each driver. Only two pedals are available for acceleration and for braking. Thank you for listening my presentation.